What's going on, guys? Love Smash back with an all-new video today. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about requested characters, whether they've been highly requested for such a long time, or they're characters that people have been asking me about in the comments of my other videos, or just I want to talk about the 3 characters who I think would make great additions to the roster. And before I start, I just want to say 2 things. Like all my videos, this is only speculation and the sharing of ideas and opinions. Nothing is official in any way. And number 2, it seems like you guys really enjoyed the background music. A lot of people saying keep it. I really like it. So I guess I'm going to keep it, and it's going to be a staple in my videos from now on. It covers up those gaps and everything. But I just want to say one thing before we start. Last week I posted up a video about the difference between first and second party companies and characters. And the reason I did that because I made a mistake in a previous video. And I've always had theories about second party characters. Like, I always thought when it came to second party characters, there are first, second, and third party characters, just like there are first, second, and third party companies. Whereas, like, first party character would be owned by Nintendo completely, a second party character would be owned by another company, but they'd still, Nintendo would still publish those games, and a third party character, the obvious, different companies develop and publish the games. But a lot of people have been coming back at me. A lot of people seem to think that the characters are owned by other companies. Others say, no, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. So I just want to bring up something one of my subs said. And shout out to Nathan Long. He commented this in my video saying that if a character is created while under contract with Nintendo by a second-party developer, Nintendo owns that character fully. And it made me think about this because I thought about how Sakurai has said in previous, like, articles and stuff about how with the Pokemon series and with like third-party characters, it's a lot of hoops to jump through and a lot of wrangling to get these characters to be playable. So it made me think about the whole second-party thing about characters and all that, and I was thinking, why would he negotiate with second-party companies to get characters like Isaac or Dylan from Dylan's Rolling Western or Starfy if they're only going to appear as like assist trophies or trophies and stuff like that? So it made me think about the whole thing, and maybe that is true, but at the same time, I couldn't find anything about it online. Like with message boards, I said, are very tricky. It's no official word, it's people saying that stuff. And I couldn't find any articles saying about that was true. So like I said, in that video, I took all the facts I could find and tried to make an informed decision. So I don't know if I should even keep that video up because it seems to be confusing people. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about that video. But like I said, the whole thing was very confusing, and I did my best to try to figure it out. But from now on, let's just go by that if a character is from a game franchise where Nintendo published the first game and every other game after that, all the sequels and stuff, they're fair game to be playable in Smash Bros. It'll make all my videos a lot simpler, so like all you guys watching now, any new people who see this video who are not familiar with my channel, if you go back and watch any of my previous videos, or even my new videos, let's just go by that. Like in my older videos, just forget anything I even said about anything that pertains to second party characters. It'll make all my videos a lot simpler and easier to watch and understand everything. So let's just go by that from now on. So I just wanted to say that. So now let's move on to the topic at hand. I just want to say 2 things. The first one being I'm not going to be covering characters like Shulk, Chrom, and the Chorusmen in this video. No characters from leaks. I'm going to discuss those in a different video down the line when we have an upcoming Direct. I'll talk about the Gamatsu leak and all those characters one last time before that. And also, we're not going to be talking about third-party characters on this list, just Nintendo characters. And here's a very important thing. Like, every character was chosen years ago before the development of the game started, so I just want to point that out. But let's just talk about some characters. I wanted to do this. I haven't done a character video in a long time, and I want to talk about my 3 personal favorites first before we get into everything. And these are my 3 personal favorites that I'd like to see make the roster. Like, I know it might not be likely with everything, but I felt the need to talk about them anyway. And the first one is Takamaru. If you see my videos, he's been one of my personal favorites with Little Mac and Pac-Man to make the roster. And I said he had a great potential moveset, and they have not forgotten about him. He's appeared in games previously with being a sticker in Brawl, Captain Rainbow, WarioWare, Japanese version, Samurai Warriors, even in Nintendo lands. His game, as you see here, I don't know how to pronounce it, has been ported and reported again in Japan on the DS and the 3DS. I think he's got a great moveset potential with fireballs, lightning attacks, shurikens, his invisible cloak, his sword, and he's a samurai, he's a fighter. I think he'd make a great addition to the roster. Now for the second one is the Duck Hunt Dog. I had him on my my first video I ever made, but he was an honorable mention, a character I didn't think would make it. I think he's too odd in a way, but I think he'd make a great character nonetheless. He's got a great moveset potential. He can use like Clay Disc, he can throw them, he can use ducks as his attacks to fly around and hit characters with, he could use the Zapper Gun to shoot characters. I think he'd make a great character addition, but like I said, he's too weird and he may not be included. Like I said, the roster was finalized, he might be too odd. But I also said, like, if they wanted to put a Duck Hunt stage in there, I'd love that idea nonetheless. But like I said, these characters may not have a shot, but these are just 3 personal favorites that I'd like to see make the roster. And after the third character on my list would be Chibi Robo, and a lot of you guys say, why Chibi Robo? Well, I think he has a great potential moveset. It's practically written for him, too. Like, all this stuff, as you can see, like a Chibi Blaster, his Squirt Gun, his Propeller to fly around, the Grabber to grab people. He can, like, use his toothbrush as an attack. He could use the spoon and trap people, like the Villager does with the shovel. And I think he'd make a great addition, but it comes down to 2 things that can hurt his chances. Number 1, in the game, if you ever played it, he takes damage every time he walks. Not that he takes damage, he loses battery. So in Smash Bros, he'd have to be like a character like Pichu was, where he'd take damage and stuff to, like, every time he moved around and stuff. But I guess they can make one of his attacks, like, he can plug his thing in and recharge. And then it comes into the whole size debate. Can you size him up like Olimar? But yet again, like I said, these characters may not be likely, but they're 3 personal favorites. Just wanted to include those on this list. Now let's talk about some highly requested characters. These are characters who appeared on many people's lists before the game was even announced. And first one, Bowser Jr. I really don't see Bowser Jr. Mario now has 5 reps in the series, with Rosalina now being a newcomer. And I really don't see them adding another one. I feel like 5 is going to be the top of the mark with Mario series. Also, there's no more transformations. I know a lot of people want to see, like, Shadow Mario is like his down B transformation, but there's no more transformations. There's 5 reps now with the Mario universe. I don't see Bowser Jr. getting in, so sorry guys. Now we move on to Toon Zelda. A lot of people want her. She was one of the Forbidden 7 in Brawl. A lot of people wanted her, but I really can't see them adding her. Like, we have Toon Link. I feel like that's all you really need to represent kind of like the Wind Waker series and everything. I don't think we need another, like, we have a Link clone like that. I don't think we need a Zelda clone as well. And another character from the Zelda series that's been highly requested would be Girahim, and no doubt, 100% amazing, great potential moveset for him. But now it comes down to, we have 4 Zelda reps already. We know Sheik is a separate character now, and I feel like Ganondorf is coming back. I said that. I think August 14th is the date when Hyrule Warriors comes out in Japan. I feel like that's when he's going to get revealed. So I feel like 5 Zelda reps is going to be the top of the mark, like the Mario universe. So I can't see Girahim, especially he's only appeared in 1 game. Only the 1 Zelda game, but he would have an amazing potential moveset with his transformations and his sword attacks and all the other stuff he did in the game. Great, but I feel like it might not be in the cards for him. Now let's move on to the Donkey Kong universe, and we'll move on to Dixie first. Dixie herself was on my top 10. I thought she was going to make it, but now it seems like the roster spots are wearing thin, and I always said, like, she could have been like a tag team with Diddy, kind of like the Ice Climbers, and they could swap out, but it seems like now it doesn't look very likely for her. I think she would make a great character, though. I love the moveset potential for her with the hair spin and everything else she could do. I know people maybe want to see her as like an alternate skin for Diddy, but I really don't see that happening. And other from the Donkey Kong universe besides Dixie, King K. Rool, I know, has been highly requested for so long. And I know a lot of people are, when it comes to King K. Rool, I always said, like, I didn't think he was going to make it. But I love to see the addition of him. Like I said, that was the first game I ever played with Donkey Kong Country. So I would love him, but I didn't say it was likely because he's kind of been forgotten about in the Donkey Kong series mainly. But a lot of people have been thinking that he's going to be playable now because of the addition of the Kremlings in Smash Run. If you guys have not known about that, the Kremlings are enemies in Smash Run now. And this has led a lot of people to believe that King K. Rool is going to be playable now. Well, I found something, it was a leak a couple of weeks back. The leak has already been proven fake because it didn't come true. But in the leak, it said something that I was thinking about. It said that Gangplank Galleon was going to be a stage, and then King K. Rool was going to be a stage hazard on that stage. But like I said, the leak was fake. But I thought about that. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing, but I feel like that might piss a lot of people off in a way, having King K. Rool as a stage hazard. And another thing was, in Game Explain, one of the things, shout out to my subscriber, Core, Rap, and Smash Bros. He gave me the link to this Game Explain video, and in that video the guy was saying that he saw not only Kraid from Metroid as a boss in Smash Run, but he also saw either Crusher or King K. Rool as a boss as well. I don't know how true that is. It's what this guy said. We can't go by anything like that, but I just want to bring that up for people to think about. And now let's move on to Crystal, another character who's been highly requested. Now, we know a new Star Fox game is coming out, so at least that's good news. But along the lines of Crystal being playable, I'm not sure. I think she would have a great moveset with all the things she could do, and at least she would be a different Star Fox character, other than just another Fox clone like Falco and Wolf have been. But I really don't think the Star Fox franchise needs 4 representatives. Maybe if Wolf was cut, something like that, then we could see her. She would definitely have a great moveset opposed to another Fox clone, but I don't know if she'd make it this time around. And now we move on to the Golden Sun series, and in the Golden Sun games we've had 3 different main characters throughout the games. First one we had Isaac, second one was Felix, and the third one was Matthew, who was Isaac's son. So Isaac, a lot of people see as the mascot of the Golden Sun series. It's been a very popular game for past decades. Those games have been very popular. And a lot of people are very shocked that Isaac wasn't included as a playable character in Brawl. He was only as an assist trophy. So why wouldn't he be? Like, he's from a big series. He's very popular. Is it could it be a fact that the main character of each game changed? Like, Isaac wasn't the main character. I know he was playable in the second one, but he wasn't the main character. But he has appeared in all 3 games. So I feel like a lot of people would be shocked if he didn't make it this time around. But he's definitely a great character with a great potential moveset. One thing I was thinking about is the fact that in the most recent Golden Sun game, Isaac is in his 30s. He's not a little kid anymore. So maybe that could hurt his chances to be playable in the upcoming Smash Bros. Game, because he's now in his 30s, and the other 2 games he's a kid, so maybe his aging is going to play a factor in his thing. I know people could say, oh, that can always be a skin, but I don't know if that would work. He's taller and stuff. And now let's move on to Mewtwo, possibly, if not, one of the top requested characters. And Mewtwo was on my top 10 as well. I really thought he was a shoo-in to make it. And then when they revealed Lucario, I feel like that hurt Mewtwo's chances a little bit. I'm not saying he replaced him. I'm just saying that hurt his chances, because now we're up to 4 Pokemon reps now in this game. With Pikachu, Lucario, Greninja, and Charizard now as a standalone character. And I think there's only going to be 1 more Pokemon character, and I think it's going to be Jigglypuff being an original 12 and all that. But just in the likelihood that Jigglypuff is cut for some reason, I feel like Mewtwo would be a great addition to take that spot to finally make his big return with probably his Y Mega Evolution. Or if they were going to go the route with Sceptile to round out the grass type with the fire and water. But like I said, with the whole thing, they already figured out the game. Like, they figured out the characters way into development before development even started on the game. So I don't think Sceptile would have been included. I feel like they might not have known about the new Ruby and updated Ruby and Sapphire games at that time. But Sceptile definitely would make a great addition. Now, an argument that a lot of people are going to have are, well, there were 6 Pokemon reps in Brawl. There really weren't, in a way. It's very confusing. Yes, there were 6 altogether, but there were only 4 spots taken up. The Pokemon Trainer counted as the character, and it was like, they were more like his attacks and stuff of his moveset more than the actual different fighters. Like, I know that might sound strange to a lot of people, but there were still 4 spots taken up on the roster. Same thing with the Mario franchise, same thing with the Zelda. And we have 5 Mario reps. I think we're going to have 5 Zelda reps, and I think 5 is going to be the max for Pokemon as well. Just my opinion towards the whole thing. I know a lot of people might disagree and say that, but I can't see the Pokemon franchise outnumbering the Mario franchise. I just can't see it. Just my opinion, though. And the last character on this list is Ridley, but we're not going to talk about Ridley because I already have a whole video dedicated to Ridley. It's called my Ridley Pac-Man discussion video. If you guys have not seen it, please check it out. I'll put the link in the description, or you guys can click on my channel to see it. But these are all the thoughts on the characters that people have been asking me about in my other videos, along with other characters I've seen on a lot of people's top 10 videos and stuff like that. So I wanted to give my thoughts and opinions by those. Of course, like I said, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and if you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. I don't take it personal. If you guys agree with me, please feel free to comment if you agree. If you don't, please feel free to comment that you don't, and share your thoughts on any of this. If there's a character that I may have missed, please feel free to comment. Any characters you guys want to see, please comment, but no third-party characters, please. And like I said, this is the game is coming down to the wire now. Sakurai and his team already picked the characters over a year ago that are going to be in, so now we're just playing a guessing game, deciding what characters could be on the way. And I know a lot of people are buying into the whole Sauron Gamatsu leak, and they think Chrom, Shulk, and the Chorus Men are the last 3 characters that are going to be playable. But like I said, I'm going to discuss those characters along with a lot of other stuff that I learned about that I want to talk about with the whole leak and everything. I found out a lot of new info that I want to talk about, but I'll put that up when there's a direct on the way, and we'll discuss that. But like I said, these are my thoughts on the whole issue. Please share your thoughts yourself. And any of these characters can, of course, be playable. I am not biased against any character. All of these characters have made great additions to the roster. So just want to share my thoughts on them because the game is so close to being released. So, and I want to clear up this because I did a previous video and I want to do an updated version, so this is more it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment, subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated if you do. Please click on my channel to see my other videos and suggest a video topic, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later with a new video.